Hi everyone, my name is Priya Desai and I'm a senior majoring in industrial engineering and minoring in business and the international minor. In the University of Michigan Engineering Honors Program, my focus area is public service. I'm here today to talk about my honors capstone project in which I researched methods to increase parent involvement at Carver STEM Academy, which is a Detroit public school. This capstone project was advised by Dr. Joy Mendiza. So first, I'll start by going through an introduction of my client and the project. Then I'll go over my findings from analyzing published literature and performing an interview, observations, and a competitor analysis. And last, I'll discuss my recommendations for Carver STEM Academy. Carver STEM Academy is a public school in Detroit, Michigan. They currently serve a wide variety of grades, ranging from pre-K to 8th grade. Their total enrollment is relatively small at a total of 354 students. For this project, my contact was the school's dean, Dr. Nancy Carey. Currently, Carver STEM Academy is experiencing low parent involvement rates at the school, including at monthly parent meetings and at parent-teacher conferences. Parent involvement is important in children's education, especially at the elementary school level where children are more impressionable. When parents are involved in their child's education, it is more likely that the child will be involved in school and have more academic success down the line. Because of this, Carver STEM Academy would like to increase its parent involvement rates. So now that I've introduced the client and the project, I'll move on to talk about my findings from the literature review. So there are three common types of parent involvement barriers. The first is demographic barriers, and they include barriers that are typically controlled by community or factors outside of the family psychology or school climate. Examples of demographic barriers causing low parent involvement include inflexible work schedules, the need to care for younger children at home, a lack of transportation to events, or language barriers. Psychological barriers refer to barriers perceived by or within the family. So examples include parents' lack of confidence in their own abilities, issues with mental health, or perceptions of racism and poverty. School climate barriers refer to how the school staff and parents interact. Examples of school climate barriers include an unwelcoming environment, issues with conveying information to parents, or parents having a lack of access to their child's teacher. It is important to combat barriers in order to improve parent involvement rates. There are a wide variety of ways that parents can be involved in their child's education. They can help their child with homework, go to classes or workshops alongside teachers, or assist in events such as field trips and fundraisers. The most popular form of parent involvement is supporting their child by going to performances, games, or award ceremonies. To improve parent involvement rates, schools need to meet the physical needs of families and enhance parent involvement in education. To meet the physical needs of families, the schools can become a full-service community center that provide parents with the information about the school, other resources like English classes and computer help, or items like food and clothing. To enhance parent involvement in education, teachers can provide office hours to teach parents about what their child is learning and provide constant updates to parents about their child's progress. It is also important to seek input and feedback from parents to encourage ownership and involvement in the school. So next, I'll move on to discuss the various methods conducted in the study, including an interview with the school's parent lead, observations of the school's parent meetings, and a competitor analysis. To understand the current role that parent involvement plays at the school, I conducted an interview with parent lead, Ms. Bell. As the parent lead, Ms. Bell is in charge of bridging the gap between the parents and the school staff. In the past, parents have expressed to her that the biggest barrier to parent involvement was the language barrier. To combat this issue, the school brought in a Spanish translator, but this effort did not help to improve parent involvement. Ms. Bell also stated that parents will sometimes come to her with ideas for school events and that they will work together to try to make the event happen. A few parents expressed interest in planning a school fundraiser, but after a bit of planning, the school fundraiser did not come to fruition. She also discussed how parents tend to be more involved when their child is involved in school activities or award ceremonies. The school currently has children present what they are learning to parents a few times a year, but Ms. Bell recommends having children present at more events in order to encourage parent involvement. To understand the current setup of parent meetings, observations were taken at the parent meetings that were held on January 20th at 3:30 p.m. and March 22nd at 3 p.m. At the parent meeting on January 20th, parents and staff discussed and voted on shortening the school day by 45 minutes. The attendance was relatively high at 60 people on the call. At the beginning of the meeting, there was a warm, welcoming environment where parents and staff were chatting together. Parents felt comfortable discussing their opinions about a shortened school day and communicated information to parents that were not able to make the parent meeting. At the parent meeting on March 22nd, there was going to be a facilitated training on how parents can help students. However, the facilitator never came to the meeting. In total, there were 7 people on the call. At the beginning of the call, teachers were complimenting the children of the parents. Instead of canceling the meeting, since there was no facilitator and there was low attendance, the school staff decided to ask parents how they can improve parent involvement rates. A few ideas were proposed, including more incentivized meetings, including children in parent meetings, and asking parents to help with the school's morning announcements from home. To understand the parent involvement techniques used by other Detroit public schools with high involvement rates, I was able to gain some insights from the dean at Burton International Academy. Through feedback from parents, Burton International Academy started breaking up parent meetings by grade level, which has increased parent involvement rates at parent meetings. They found that the best time for these parent meetings were at 5 p.m. on weekdays. Additionally, the dean states that the Burton International Academy's attendance agent is conducting home visits regularly to find the best way for the schools to connect with families. The school also provides personalized wellness check-ins throughout the entire year. Last, he emphasized that staff effort in conducting parent meetings and contacting parents is the biggest way to ensure that there's no gap in communication between parents and the school. Personalized communication is more effective than general mass communication. I'll now move on to discuss my recommendations for Carver STEM Academy to increase their parent involvement rates. Currently, Carver STEM Academy uses a mostly impersonalized approach to communicate information about school events to parents. Teachers are responsible for personally communicating to parents, and the child is often responsible for communicating information to parents as well. So since Carver STEM Academy, the children are in grades pre-K through 8, the school cannot solely rely on children to convey information to parents. And because of this, Carver STEM Academy uses robocalls to inform parents of upcoming school meetings. The recommended structure for Carver STEM Academy is to improve its parent involvement rates, is to include a more personalized approach. Similar to the structure of Burton International Academy, Carver STEM Academy should require teachers to send personalized emails and make phone calls to every parent before each school event. Additionally, teachers can add more frequent parent-teacher check-ins throughout the school year to increase communication. Increasing the amount of personalized information to parents will help to keep parents informed about the school events and about their child's progress, and will therefore increase parent involvement rates. So another recommendation is to change parent meetings to have them structured by grade level. Currently, parent meetings are conducted monthly, and the content at these meetings are geared for the whole school. But since Carver STEM Academy includes pre-K through 8th grade, there's a large amount of information that is covered and is not applicable to all parents. To counter this issue, Carver STEM Academy can conduct parent meetings by each level. This is the structure currently used by Burton International Academy, and the implementation of this format helped to increase the school's parent involvement rates. By presenting more applicable information, parents will feel more inclined to go to the parent meetings and listen to the information that is given. Separating parent meetings by grade level will also help Carver STEM Academy to increase their rates. The last recommendation is to have child involvement in parent meetings. So currently, Carver STEM Academy does not incorporate child involvement into their parent meetings. However, parents are more likely to attend events that feature their child, like sporting events, performances, and award ceremonies. The Carver STEM Academy parent lead, Ms. Bell, commented that similar trends are apparent at the school. So the recommended structure for Carver STEM Academy now to improve its parent involvement rates including students at parent meetings. Examples of how children can be involved in parent meetings include giving student presentations and being presented with awards. Once parents go to their first meeting and see their child, they will be more likely to come back to meetings in the future. This is an example of the foot in the door technique, where the person feels that they are obligated to keep agreeing to larger requests. So therefore, involving students in parent meetings will help to increase parent involvement rates in the future. I want to thank my client, Nancy Carey, for providing me with the opportunity to work on this project. Thank you to Professor Mendiza for advising this project and really guiding me throughout the semester. Thank you to Jason McCormick for checking in throughout the semester. And thank you to Rachel Armstrong-Cerrone for making sure that I was prepared for this project. So the first question asks how I became involved in this project. I have a passion for education projects, so I emailed Detroit Public Schools over the summer to see where I could be of the most use. Carver STEM Academy responded to my request and came to me with this project idea, which I immediately wanted to become involved with. The second question asked what hurdles I faced. So I think it was most difficult to acquire information from a variety of sources. For example, I wanted to review Detroit Public Schools survey results about parent involvement, but I ended up not being able to access those results due to privacy issues. Additionally, it was difficult to get in contact with other Detroit public schools to learn about their parent involvement techniques. However, I was still able to perform a literature review, interviews, observations, and speak with another DPS school. The third question asks how I hope to use this project in my future career. So I'll be going into consulting after graduation, and my firm does a lot of nonprofit projects in education. So I'm hoping to be able to get staffed on those projects in the future and use what I learned from this project. Those are all the questions for now, but please feel free to reach out to me if you have any other questions about my project. Thank you.